In the intricate web of human relationships, your partner found themselves ensnared by the grip of their own ego, an ego shaped by years of pain, disappointment, and deeply embedded fears. This ego, while initially developed as a defense mechanism, gradually transformed into a barrier that blocked authentic emotional connection. As your bond with them began to grow stronger, their internal resistance intensified. They could sense the depth of what was unfolding between you, but rather than embracing it, they recoiled. It was as if they deliberately silenced the quiet, intuitive voice within that urged them toward love and healing. Instead, they chose to navigate a labyrinth built from their own insecurities, doubts, and fear of vulnerability. These insecurities weren't fabricated or exaggerated, they were rooted in real-life experiences, past encounters with love that had left them emotionally bruised and deeply wounded. Relationships that should have nurtured and uplifted them had instead carved out scars of betrayal, abandonment, and disillusionment. Over time, they constructed towering emotional walls, fortresses of solitude, to protect what was left of their tender heart. These walls, though meant to safeguard them, also served to isolate them from others, creating an illusion of indifference, even coldness, that you likely felt many times. Despite the emotional distance they projected, they were never truly blind to the connection you shared. In fleeting moments, they caught glimpses of the love, safety, and potential that existed within your relationship. But instead of pulling them closer, these glimpses often scared them more. They feared history would repeat itself, that they would once again be left shattered. The intensity of your bond reflected their inner wounds with startling clarity. Your love, your kindness, your unwavering presence, these things acted as a mirror, revealing both your light and their darkness. In this mirror, they saw not only what could be, but everything they had suppressed, their fear of abandonment, their unresolved anger, and the self-doubt that whispered that they were not worthy of love. And although you were never the cause of these wounds, the purity of your presence amplified them. Rather than fostering healing and intimacy, this reflection triggered a retreat. It was not that they didn't care, it was that caring so deeply terrified them. To them, love had always been accompanied by pain. Letting you in meant risking everything. Yet, during this time of turmoil, the universe continued to offer them signs. Subtle opportunities appeared again and again, nudging them toward growth, toward spiritual alignment, toward you. These messages, though persistent, often went unnoticed or were misinterpreted through the lens of fear. They weren't yet ready to receive the guidance that could have helped them transcend their limitations. Ironically, it was only when you chose to stop chasing, when you, in your own pain and fatigue, decided to let go, that the clarity they had long evaded finally began to emerge. Your absence became louder than your presence. It created a void, a silence that forced them to finally listen, not to you, but to themselves. The love you had given so freely, so consistently, became a glaring reminder of what they had lost. No longer could they deny the truth. You had been a guiding light in their darkest hours, a force of stability in their chaos, a sanctuary they never truly appreciated until it was gone. And while material comforts and fleeting connections may have distracted them momentarily, they quickly realized that nothing, absolutely nothing, could replicate the authenticity and depth of what they had with you. As you pulled back, choosing self-preservation over pursuit, they were confronted with a reality they had long tried to avoid. For perhaps the first time, they began to feel the weight of their choices, the magnitude of what they had driven away. The universe, which had always whispered, now shouted. And in those moments of painful introspection, they understood, they had not just lost a partner, they had lost something sacred. The realization came with grief, but also with growth. The path to this awakening was not a straight line. It was littered with mistakes, miscommunications, pride, and pain. But it was also necessary. Every painful lesson peeled back another layer of ego, revealing a more authentic version of themselves. It was a journey of transformation, one that illuminated the incredible capacity of love to both challenge and heal. Through it all, your love had remained a silent catalyst, steadfast, transformative, and ultimately, unforgettable. Please, I ask you to understand that my silence should never be mistaken for indifference. It was not born of disregard, but rather of inner chaos. I lacked the emotional maturity to express what I was feeling, to articulate the war waging inside me. Silence, for me, was a form of paralysis, not a reflection of apathy, but of fear. You meant more to me than I ever allowed myself to admit. You occupied a space in my heart that no one else could enter, a space that still belongs only to you. Your presence brought light into places I had kept in darkness for years. You awakened parts of me I thought were long dead: hope, passion, trust. Being with you felt like being home, like being known. And yet, I pushed you away. I reacted with defensiveness, with coldness, with irrational behavior that was never about you, but always about me. I projected my wounds onto you, unfairly making you bear the weight of my past. For that, I am deeply and sincerely sorry. In this time apart, my love for you has only grown stronger. I've spent countless hours reflecting on my actions, tracing the source of my behavior, and confronting my shortcomings. What I've come to realize is how much pain I caused you, not because you deserved it, but because I didn't know how to handle the depth of what we had. My rudeness, my arrogance, my emotional withdrawal, all of it stemmed from fear. Fear of not being enough. Fear of being hurt again. And in that fear, I hurt you. You tried, over and over again, to reach me. You were patient, loving, and forgiving in ways that I did not deserve. You offered me grace, even when I met it with resistance. I took advantage of your heart, not maliciously, but recklessly. I misunderstood you. I responded with harshness when I should have offered tenderness. I mirrored the cruelty I had once received, and I let it define how I treated you. But you are not them. You deserved better from me, from the very beginning. I acknowledge now the ways I tried to control and manipulate the situation out of desperation. I was terrified of losing you, and so I clung in all the wrong ways. I see now how toxic and damaging that behavior was. Your strength in enduring my emotional chaos speaks volumes about your character. You showed resilience, compassion, and an unwavering belief in love. You saw potential in me when I couldn't see it myself. And for that, I will always be grateful. Today, I stand before you as someone who has begun to change, not just for you, but because of you. I am facing my fears, addressing my trauma, and learning how to become someone worthy of the love you gave so freely. I want to make amends. I want to take responsibility. I want to show you that growth is not only possible, it is happening. So I ask you, with all the humility I can offer, would you be willing to give me another chance? Could you find it in your heart to allow me the opportunity to make things right? I understand if you need time. I understand if you hesitate. But please know, I am here, with intention, with clarity, and with love. I promise you, from the depths of my heart, that if you let me back in, I will not squander it. I will love you with the respect, patience, and consistency you deserve. Since the day I met you, you have been a constant presence in my thoughts. Every smile, every glance, every conversation has left an indelible mark on my soul. I find myself drawn to memories of you, the sound of your laughter, the way you looked at me, the simple joy of just being near you. I often revisit photos, not just to see your face, but to remember what love felt like. Each image is a reminder of the beauty we created together, a testament to the love I was too blind to fully appreciate at the time. I envision a future where we walk through life side by side, supporting each other's dreams, lifting each other in times of doubt. In you, I saw my forever. Your strength, your warmth, your empathy, those are the qualities I always longed for. You brought light into my life in a way no one else ever has. Even the smallest gestures, your comforting touch, your thoughtful messages, your playful teasing, brought me joy that I now ache to feel again. Without you, the world feels muted. I put on a brave face, but inside, I feel incomplete. I miss your love, your laughter, your presence. I miss everything. And now, I live with the reality I created, a reality shaped by my own mistakes. I hate the silence that has taken the place of our connection. I find myself wondering what you're thinking, what you're feeling, if I still hold a place in your heart. I know I made you question yourself, and that is something I deeply regret. You gave everything to make things work. You believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. And instead of honoring that, I made you feel uncertain, unseen, unloved. I've cried over the pain I caused you, and the guilt has been unbearable. But it has also been enlightening. I see things clearly now. I see you clearly now. I never meant to hurt you. I was lost, overwhelmed by my own inner demons. But that's no excuse. You deserved someone who would protect your heart, not break it. And though I can't undo the past, I can promise to be better moving forward. I hope one day, you can forgive me. I hope we can find a way to rebuild what we had. Until then, know this, my heart will always return to you. It will always yearn for you, always hold space for your love. Because despite everything, despite my mistakes, despite the time that's passed, I am still deeply, endlessly, and unshakably in love with you. And that, my love, will never change.